start, I'd just like to just take a moment and just remember a guy I've known for I don't know how many centuries, and this is DPR, a guy who died about a month ago, and it's now official, and the next of kin have now released the news. So it's okay to just remember him. He was a great guy. He was full of fun. He was always joking. I mean, he pranked me lots of times, all right? So, and sometimes he'd get on my nerves. Yes, I freely admit that. But I still appreciated him. He was a lawyer. He was somebody who played a big role, like, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, when there was a very young Christian apologist called Venom Phoenix. I don't know if people still remember this. And he had quite a following because he was quite brash and he was young and hip and everything. And then he started collecting money for some orphanage, and it turns out that he bought himself a new car, a new guitar, a new hi-fi, new things like that. And this was a big scandal. And then DPR stepped in, but not as a lawyer, not as a prosecutor, but as a mediator. And he went to the guy and he said, listen, we need to do something. He went to the parents and said to them, look, this is the situation. Your son's life can be destroyed if he continues like this. He's a juvenile at the moment, but if he continues like this with his scam, he is going to get prosecuted. So anyway, they made amends and everything was sorted. So this was great. And this is how I remember DPR. And for some odd reason, it seems I'm one of the last people that he spoke to. And it's quite sad to see how people who are relatively young, who just, I mean, you know, I was thinking, have I reached the age now where all I get to do when we meet friends is discuss who was the latest one to die, and we're talking only about illness and things like that. So yeah, this is one of these things. So anyway, DPR is sorely missed. He's, by the way, a founder of the Magic Sandwich Show. And this Magic Sandwich Show is what inspired the Gin and Tonic Show. So DPR is, to a certain extent, responsible for us being here today. So this is just a short memory, just a short trip down memory lane in favor of somebody who I value highly, and I think is a great loss for us.
I didn't know him personally, but I certainly knew of him on the Magic Sandwich Show, and that recently started again. So I'm sure he'll be missed. And as you said, you knew him personally. So let's raise a glass in honor of him and remember that life is precious, and especially now with what's happening in the world today. So I only have water, but I'm raising my water glass to you, DP, wherever you may be.
It's appreciated. The thing is that we actually went and participated in his charity drive because he raised money for Médecins Sans Frontières, the Doctors Without Borders. And this is the kind of guy that he was. And he donated a lot of money to, to charity and things like that. So he organized things like that. And I remember Kling and I, as Gin and Tonic Show, we had 1 hour to entertain people and to drive charity up and get people to donate. So, so there's a lot of interaction between DPR and us. And so there you go. Here's to DPR.
And thanks in the channel as well. So there we go.
Okay.
Here's a picture just for those who didn't know who DPR Jones is. Is that coming up on the screen?
Oh, it was Aaron Ra. Yeah, he was in the States, and then Aaron Ra actually came to the UK and stayed with him.
So this here is DPR Jones on the left here. This is Aaron Ra. He's quite well familiar. So that's what he looks like for those who may have ever seen him on Magic Sandwich Show. So again, raising a glass to him. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, I couldn't very well, talk about the prank while on the Gin and Tonic Show, so let me quickly add it here. Because what happened is that DPR called me up and he said, listen, I need your opinion because this is something about Islam where a guy has a question. Can you just take a look at this because I'm a little bit at a loss. Just help me out here, look at this and see what I can tell this guy. I said, sure, what is the question? He says, no, he can explain it to you. Here's the video. Just look at it and then give me your opinion and see what you make of this. And here's the link and then just tell me about it. Now, I was expecting, a short video of a Muslim asking a question, making a comment or something like this. And instead, when I opened it, what happened? It was a porno. And that was Richard. That was the way that he was. Taking advantage of friends when they do not suspect anything bad and they think they're going to be asked a serious question. This is it. Well, Richard, wherever you are, I'm sure it's great.